9.8 for Hannah, and we'll be looking forward to seeing her in the jumping phases. But now we turn our attentions to another Frenchman. It is Benjamin Massey with Charles Trevillo's Uno Vive de Bonheur. And this horse that was actually clear across country at Le Pouget, just a 9-year-old mare by Ideal de la Loge. And Ben himself has some good form because he was third here at Jardy 12 months ago. That was with another horse, Angara de Kreiska, but he's competed up to 4-star level with the wonderful Piano Star as well. So he's very experienced and will be looking to put in a strong performance for the home nation this weekend. Ben Massey and Au Vive de Bonheur.
Well, very difficult to get an early read on Au Vive de Bonheur. As you say, Nicole, a 9-year-old mare. But really interesting looking at this record. We've only got 6 internationals ever.
Ever?
Well, in their career.
Okay.
So we had we had 2 1-stars, 3 2-stars. We did the CIC 3-star at Le Pouget last year, where we scored 57.6, and here we are. So it's only international number 7, which for a 9-year-old, particularly with some of the talent that you will see across our 9-year-olds now. I mean, we're talking about people like Upsilon last weekend, who the world are talking about, also a 9-year-old. This is a very inexperienced mare, so very difficult to get too accurate a read on how we expect this test to go. The only read that we have is their only other 3-star level competition, which was a 57.6 at Le Pouget.
Yeah, I think this is another nice French horse, as you mentioned, 9-year-old, that's something for the future. And going these classes as a 9-year-old, I mean, that's good. And so far, the horse hasn't done any big mistakes. Just maybe you want to have it a bit more uphill. And the judges is consistently on this 6, 6, 5, 7. And I hope that he will improve in the canter and show us good canter work, and then he will up there with Hannah Ramsgaard.
Well, for an inexperienced horse, there's a couple of movements that I suppose will be a test, and this is one that we're seeing now, certainly with the walk. When you're an inexperienced, a young mare in an atmosphere like we have here today with music and flags and people, that can sometimes be an area where the marks can go, you know, that the horse can sometimes get a little bit distracted. She hasn't in this case, 6s across the board, so she's passed her first test, would you say?
Yeah, so far it's not really impressive, but still I think the quality of the horse is good. In the walk, the horse was a bit tight, not really relaxed, as you said, and I'm sure she has a good walk when he's at home. But here, of course, it influences all these things happens around. But anyway, the horse stays with the rider, that's positive. But he has to work hard to get out of the 6.
What you saw there was the change, and that's the second thing, that if you haven't got the experience at 3-star level where you start having to do those changes.
Yeah, as we see, they go down on form, that's completely correct. So unfortunately now he will drop down. I think we saw though a quite nice medium canter, extended canter that the horse actually was showing us that will go for time tomorrow for sure on this quite tight and twisted course. Okay, he has another chance now to show that at least in one way the flying chains work. Hopefully, no, it did not really.
And again, that is part of that is a young, inexperienced mare on a movement that that's not the first 9-year-old that we've seen bluster changes, is the expression some people will say.
But actually, I mean, a horse can do perfectly good flying changes when they are 5, 6 years old. Yeah. The thing is that you have to start to learn them early. Because when they're getting strong, you learn them canter, and then you're going to learn them to change. I mean, it's better to turn it another way. Learn them first to flying change, and then the canter, in my point of view.
Well, again, sorry, Nicole.
Trending around the mid-50s, won't challenge our leader as things stand. Benjamin Massey for France, completing his test with Uno Vive de Bonheur, riding for owners Charles Trevillo. And the horse looking really relaxed as he comes out of the arena. Christina, that's a nice sign.
it is, and I think the rider looks nice as well, and I'm sure he's quite happy what he has done, and he has to go home and train on the flying changes and come back.
So plenty of 6s and 6.5s in that test for Ben, one of the home nation's contenders. A strong French contingent coming forward in leg 4 of the Event Rider Masters. And just waiting for the scores to come in from our ground jury. At C, Eric Levy for France. At M, Angela Tucker, hugely experienced for Great Britain. And at E, Andrew Fenny for New Zealand. Andrew, president of the ground jury at Barbary just last week, where of course France took the win. Thomas Carlyle and Upsilon making ERM history with a record finishing score and a record dressage score as well. So Tom unfortunately misses this leg, and that opens the door in the series leaderboard for Gemma Tattersall and Sarah Cohen in 3rd and 2nd respectively. Both combinations coming forward in this afternoon sessions of dressage. Sarah Cohen at just before 3 o'clock, and Gemma will be one of the last to go. 56.0 for Ben Massey and Uno Vive. But let's go and talk to John.
Thanks, Nicole. I'm down with that.